How's it going, everyone? This is Nola, and you're watching Nola TV. And today we're gonna be talking about Bitcoin. Today I'm here with
founder of Bitcoin Center,
Bitcoin Center, and with Mike, who is
I'm the developer evangelist here at the Bitcoin Center, and I do a startup called Code Cloud.
About his business, Code Cloud. So, Mike, we'd like to fill us in on what does Code Cloud does and how does it help the Bitcoin community.
Yeah, Code Cloud basically is incubated here at the Bitcoin Center in Korea, and we accept Bitcoin to teach programming. So we teach programming, and we also have a framework where people can develop apps through. So that's essentially what we do.
All right, so cool. So y'all take Bitcoin as payment for teaching people how to code.
Yes.
And that's pretty awesome. So like, what kind of apps and coding programs have Code Cloud helped with so far?
So we've done over 1,000 projects on our platform.
Wow.
And we have about 40,000 developers in our network. Basically, what we do is we put people together into teams, and they work on projects like mashing up Airbnb with Expedia, or doing things like making new versions of Reddit for startups, for example. And we also, one of our really cool projects is one of the most popular is the Bitcoin trading. So a lot of people come onto our website to learn how to trade Bitcoin, and so we teach that programmatically.
So are all those people located here in South Korea or around the world?
Yeah, so about 10% of our users are in South Korea, and then about 40 to 50% are in the U.S. And then we cover 131 countries.
Wow.
So we have users from everywhere. A lot of Indian users as well, so about 20% from India.
So John,
Yes.
so how did the Bitcoin Center help with Code Cloud?
Well, like you said, first of all, physical space. There's physical space where people can come in and do actual coding face to face, and we have the infrastructure, right?
Right.
And we have our network, so it's kind of like online to offline thing.
Yeah.
So I can lead a lot of the projects. So we're not really leading role. Mike is the leading role.
And you're
Just
supporting
things.
Okay.
So we have infrastructure to support that. So working together.
Working together. You want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, so we got an angel investment from JFDI in Singapore, which is a really great accelerator program. And what they do is they essentially take startups and they help them, not only do they invest, but they help bring them the connections to grow, and also teach them a lot about legal aspects of starting a business in Singapore, and also, a variety of other things. And the idea of the accelerator is to kind of take you from 0 to 60 in 100 days in the most effective way.
Wow. So in 100 days, it gets you from point A to point B. Is it like a lot to do in those 100 days?
Yeah, a lot to do. So you start off with like customer validation, validating the problem, summarizing your problem. You prepare all for a big demo day, a big pitch day, where you basically pitch in front of a room full of hundreds of investors. And over the next 6 months, we just did that 3 weeks ago. And over the course of the next 6 months to a year, you do your next round. So you raise. So we're talking with investors now and focusing on that, but mostly just working on our product.
Nice. What is the Bitcoin community like here in Korea?
So break it down into two main categories. One, people who see Bitcoin as currency investment. Two, people who see Bitcoin as technology platform. So it's going to be they're going to coexist. There's no Bitcoin. Blockchain is technology that drives the Bitcoin network. So people who see Bitcoin as Bitcoin currency, and there's people who see Bitcoin as blockchain technology. Both of them will coexist. We cannot separate them. But there's going to be different nature of use. One who's going to see Bitcoin as it's just like gold, it's just like silver. Okay, I'm going to buy, sell, use it, invest in it.
Right.
Other people want it's also gold, but I'm not going to use gold to buy things. I'm going to use gold to make CPUs or other semiconductor. So different kind of use, And well, because of that, I think it's great. It's just growing.
Here in Korea is
Well,
in particular.
Yeah, I dare to say exponentially, right? And hopefully, yeah, that's the global trend, and same thing is happening in Korea, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that's where we are.
Okay.
It's very exciting.
So in 2016, where do you see, or do you feel, what kind of projects is going to be popping up in Korea to help with the growth of it? Is anything that you think you see down the road happening? Like you have Cloud Me,
Sure.
who's helping people
Sure.
do programming and apps based off of the blockchain and other stuff like that, and
Sure.
he get paid in Bitcoin.
Yeah.
So he's pretty much on that side of the people. It's like, hey, I see it as a income or a currency. Makes sense.
Yeah.
So like, are there any other people who that's on the technology side of it? Let me build stuff out of the blockchain.
Oh yes. So there's a lot of, we call it fintech. Fintech is short for financial technology.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot of attention from fintech industry. There's fintech includes there's already some companies coming up with actual working product, and they have to do with it's more P2P, so it's crowdfunding. Kickstarter.
Yeah.
So similar to Kickstarter, where Kickstarter is centralized, it's one company operating everything, all the
Right.
accounts. But there are companies who are trying to decentralize crowdfunding.
Use the
It's
blockchain.
Using the blockchain, Bitcoin, P2P crowdfunding. There's also crowdfunding, P2P lending, right? You can lend money. You don't have to go to bank, big central bank to borrow money anymore. You can just lend money P2P. There's even the banks, financial institutions.
Yeah.
They're
getting a lot into the blockchain technology.
So they want to try. It's in the trial period right now, but a lot of them are experimenting with blockchain to replace their mainframe computers and their centralized Oracle, billion-dollar
Yeah.
database. Because
So
by replacing it, they can.
So so the original purpose of blockchain was to eliminate the big banks out the equation.
Sure.
That was the I guess the dream of the
Sure.
original people that made it. But now you got banks invested in the blockchain. I don't see them going down that same line with trying to. I think they're looking just to save on their infrastructure costs, and versus this make our system better for everyone. No, we just want to make it better for our bottom line. So that's what I guess the banks are looking at the blockchain for, is to help improve their bottom line.
So
Do you have a particular app or project that you have helped with that has been Bitcoin or blockchain related?
Yeah, well, with Cloud Me, we accept payments in Bitcoin, and we also teach programming through algorithmic trading. So I think that's one of the biggest projects that we've focused on, is teaching people how to use neural networks to analyze a variety of factors like weather patterns and highs and lows, bids and asks over a period of time for in volume for Bitcoin, and then use that data to kind of to mold a neural net to create predictions about where the price will go. So that's something that's fun to do, and that's something that we're really that gets me excited. That's something that I've been doing for quite a bit of time. I'm a big, and John is also a huge advocate of Bitcoin. So, we try to get people everywhere to accept Bitcoin because it just makes our lives better, right? Because I would love to live in a world where everyone just accepts Bitcoin.
Yeah,
that would be great. I hope that's where we're going.
Well, you got the Bitcoin Center. You have there's a small community among the people. So here in Korea, John, how has Bitcoin Center, other than helping out Mike here with his company, how has Bitcoin Center has been contributing to the community here in Korea?
Good question. So when we started, we didn't really have any idea how to help, but naturally, things were evolving. So these days, we're in the heart of Itaewon. Itaewon is a big expat community, driven. So, we get a lot of Filipino workers come in here. They buy Bitcoin to actually send money back home.
Oh, to the Philippines.
Yeah, there's Philippines, Morocco, other countries, even Canadian, some Americans. So they're learning how to use Bitcoin to remit money, send money back home. By doing that, I'm name dropping again, but as opposed to going to
Western Union,
across the street, they realize, if they send $100, they're saving $20.
Yeah.
Just by using Bitcoin.
Yeah.
And to them, $20 means, 3 hours of hard work they
Yep.
had to do, and they realize, wow, all this time, I work just to give money away to Western Union.
Mm-hmm.
This is, it is very meaningful, and they're thankful for it, not to me, but to Bitcoin and this technology.
So that's awesome. So y'all guys have been helping expats send money back home to family and saving money instead of using Western Union. That's real good.
Just a matter of education. I mean, it's not that hard to do it. There are companies, especially Philippines, countries like Philippines, they already have remittance companies operating online. Everything, all the system is there, but people just don't know about it.
Right.
So, it all takes
Education.
a little bit of education, and they could save a lot of money.
Right. And that's why Bitcoin Center been
We
here.
opened in March
Of
last year.
Okay.
Well, it's last year now.
Yeah. And that's when I seen it too
March.
last year. I was like, Bitcoin Center. Okay. Then I finally just said, I hit you up like, John, check this place out.
Sure.
So how long have you been operating out of here, Mike, in the Bitcoin
Since the
Center?
beginning, day
Since the
one.
beginning? Wow. So,
Our founding member,
or is this like the only official like Bitcoin Center
in Korea.
in Korea, or are there
Yes, it
other
is.
ones?
No, this is the one and only.
Oh, nice. So like
One and only offline, physical place.
physical.
There are
right?
some
Little groups.
online, Bitcoin groups.
Yeah.
But only physical center.
So what made you want to make a Bitcoin Center? What was your driving factor of it? Was it just like, I'm just gonna do this? What was it that
So-
made you want to?
Half and half. So, excuse me. Like I said, there's a lot of online communities,
Right.
but they're always all dispersed. They always go from one place to another, one cafe to another cafe, one bar to another bar, and people are getting lost. It's very hard to connect. It's very hard to move things forward when you have online communities that are kind of dispersed, moving around. So we decided, well, why don't we it's just not me, a few other me and other partners, we decided, well, why don't we just create a small, little physical place where everyone can just
Neat.
when you talk about, okay, Bitcoin, oh yeah, Bitcoin Center, we could go there. Kind of like Cheers,
Yeah.
Go there and there's an ATM, there's everything about Bitcoin is there. So we're just talking about it, and we just said, screw it, just do it, let's do it. Let's go look for a place and start building things, and let's see what happens. And here we are.
Blockchain definitely has its place. So, for example, I think the blockchain is important, but I think the blockchain is important for virtual reality. That's where I think it makes sense. I don't think it, and I think that's where it will grow. And then as a backing for virtual currencies, banks, they all are investing in blockchain technology, etc. But it doesn't really serve them at all. Inherently, because of the fact that you can't edit after.
Right.
So banks don't like that. Most companies, businesses don't like that. So I think there's a lot of room for startups. I think the blockchain will progress, but I think in the sense of virtual reality. So virtual worlds, when it comes to like leases, a way to trust. So if I buy a piece of virtual property, and all these other things that we start to do, I think that's what we'll push the blockchain.
If I got you right here, so you believe blockchain is just good for infrastructure behind the scenes operations for keeping track of contracts and deals for private institutions to benefit from, but for like those of us like us who like the decentralized, it's just good for supporting the currency transactions. Like Bitcoin has more value for people like us versus.
No, I think it's good. For example, like let's say we're playing a video game and we're like disconnected. I'm playing the video game, and I use Bitcoin in the virtual world, which I think people are going to use these virtual currencies.
Yeah.
So I bought this from you, and then there's like and no one can manipulate. So no one can like hack into it and change the records, etc. everything builds in, and also there's no central server to attack.
Right.
I think in that sense, and I think virtual reality is the future. So in that sense, blockchain is the future. I think that's how it's the future. I don't see it as like, banking institutions inherently are based on one thing, and that's trust. And blockchain is trustless. So the two don't go together, in my opinion. Like banks, they want you just trust me.
Yeah.
I take your money and then I get to print more money with that money, or work with the central government, and central governments like this relationship. And a lot of it's, and people like the black box nature of it, and it's all based on trust. Wear your nice clothes, get your hair cut, get your MBA, and shake a hand, make money, right? And then and that's the way banks work.
Yes.
So I think that right now, like John said, it's very fashionable, but I don't see them really getting into it.
Yeah.
But I do see it being good in the virtual world. I see new banks are going to emerge, but it won't be the banks.
It won't be.
Yeah, that's my opinion. That's my overall.
John.
I agree.
Okay.
Just the term private blockchain.
Yeah.
It's an oxymoron.
Yeah. It makes no sense.
Kind of like saying, Federal Reserve of Bitcoin. How could it be Bitcoin decentralized? How could you have centralized way of Bitcoin? So yeah, I agree completely. But I do feel excited that even the banks far away from decentralization and blockchain, even the banks are interested. The very fact of it makes it exciting, because who knows, they're experimenting their thousands of years old business model with this brand new technology. It feels a lot like early 90s when the internet just started, right? Email started. Everyone was jumping.
Yeah.
Everyone was talking about, oh yes, we're an internet company. We use email, but no one knew what they're doing. No one knew how it was going to evolve. So who knows? We don't know. We're still in the incubating period, but what makes it exciting is that everyone's interested. Everyone wants to test things. Everyone wants to build things, and that's better than no one looking at it, right?
Right.
So I think it's great. Exciting. I don't want to stop it.
Yeah.
If you're a bank, go ahead, go nuts. Play around with it. Go to your sandbox. Make things. Well, maybe you'll make something, or maybe it'll just die. But it's good. It's good to try.
It's good at people playing with it.
Yeah, I love it.
And I read an article a few days ago that said that Bitcoin is starting to move into the practicality phase of the development of it, and I agree with it. I think there's more businesses out there trying to incorporate Bitcoin. Like my own business I have, I'm trying to take Bitcoin, because I agree with it. Like you said, some people don't like using their credit card online.
Right.
And that's the one aspect I see is very beneficial and useful to it. I like it because I travel a lot.
Sure.
And now I can have Bitcoin instead of having to go to the currency exchanges all the time and lose money or whatnot.
We actually do get a lot of travelers come through here, use the ATM for the purpose of using it for travel means.
Yeah.
Just like you. They call themselves digital nomads.
Yeah, digital nomads. That's the future I want to have one day.
So there's a lot of that movement, and they're actually coming here and using Bitcoin.
Yeah, and I can see digital nomads having a lot more use out of the Bitcoin.
Sure.
Like I said, when you travel a lot, you keep exchanging your money, and like, oh crap.
Yeah.
While you up in the air, the exchange rate can drop. While you in the air still, and then you're like, oh, then I can take an L.
Yeah.
So, thank you, gentlemen,
No problem.
for
Thank you.
doing this interview. Mike, I wish you much luck on your business and the growth of this awesome center as well. Thank you all for watching. This is first of many Bitcoin videos I will be doing, because I want to try to get more education out there for people. So thank you all for watching Nola TV. Y'all have a great day. It's Nola, baby. It's Nola, baby.